I want to welcome you to another episode of Natural as F. I'm your host, Dr. Ferrante Frazier. I'm a hygio physician where I teach people how to correct health issues using only lifestyle changes and natural means and conditions that allow your body to heal without all that medicine, without all them herbs and remedies and things of that nature. In other words, we don't use no superstition, no hocus pocus, no voodoo in trying to get individuals healthy. We don't fear them. We take the fear out of disease. When you realize that disease is your cure, then you're not scared of disease anymore. Just don't do the things that produce disease. Disease is not a death sentence unless you ignore it and don't change your lifestyle habits. Then to you, it will become a death sentence or in misery, all in the same, in the same instance. But if you will become obedient to the natural laws that govern your body, there are laws that you have to obey if you want to have health. And those laws are for everyone. No one is, above the law, when it comes to natural law. There's no government can be against, this law and overpower it or anything like that. Man can try to sidestep nature, but in doing so, you just prove that nature laws are unerring and they're everlasting and fixed and can't be broken. You know, so what are some of those laws? The laws, of fresh air. Fresh air is something that we must have. Anyone deny themselves for fresh air, they will suffer the consequences. You know, pure drinking water. Over a period of time, you might not die outright from not drinking water, but eventually over time you will die. Real rapidly, your body will start degenerating. You'll start suffering, neurological issues and a bunch of other health issues if you don't make sure you get clean drinking water. Either drinking it straight from the water or getting it from your fruits or eating healthy so much that your body produces water internally. And that's something that we'll do a show on eventually. We did one way back. You had to go into some of our past shows because I spoke on water and the ideal water to drink, which is distilled water. And we also showed you the three ways that the body can, you can take in water. But we will bring it up to date as well because we did a show where we talked about the contamination in our tap water, contamination in the bottles water, those electrolyte waters, those alkaline waters, and those spring waters and mineral waters. We showed you how those waters wasn't ideal for human consumption and that they were actually poisoning and causing a lot of the health issues that a lot of us are suffering from, especially that tap water. A lot of the stuff that they treat that water with, the chemicals that go in that water are very harmful. If you look at the MSDS safety data sheet, the material safety data sheet on those toxins that they put in our water or treat the water with, you'll see that they have very toxicity on human bodies if ingested. And, that's what most of us ingest. And we also take showers with this contaminated water. We're always around this contaminated water if it's coming from the municipal water supply. All right. So that's not what our show is about today. We got cut off a couple of weeks ago where we were talking about retoxification and detoxification. A lot of us today are looking for ways to detox ourselves. Now, it's very easy, and we don't have to go to no herb shop. We don't have to go to a medical man and get no type of detox pills or anything like that. All that's required is that we stop retoxing ourselves. So when we learn the proper way to detox ourselves and no longer retox ourselves, the body will go into a state of cleanliness, pureness, and in that state, the body heals rapidly, and you have more vitality, you have better endurance, and you have this youthfulness. Your body is just magnificent in that state. So before we go in there, we always start off with some readings of our previous hygienic doctors that came before me. I like to read some of their writings that they left behind for a lot of our listeners. If you need to get in touch with us at Savannah Natural Health, we are natural health practitioners and teachers of natural hygiene, where we teach the ideal diet, where we teach the ideal state of being, the laws, the 10 ways of health. We also talk about our nature cure, in our teachings to help people correct their health issues. We have a bunch of other modalities that also help with, holistic health and lifestyle coaching, different spiritualities, where we teach people how to overcome, low states of consciousness to raise them to a higher state where they can be more productive as being their higher self. At the end of the day, we all on a journey to strive to get to our highest self. Right now, some of us are at our lowest state. We're suffering with all type of conscious abnormalities. You know, um, conscious diseases. Low awareness of what we really have the capability of being and doing here while we're in physical form. We have some strong powers that we have not, we have yet to tap into, even healing ourselves. And that's what we teach firmly. And we, pretty much, saying that from the top of the mountains, the top of buildings. Your body heals itself, and it definitely heals itself. It don't need no prompter. It don't need no medicine man. It don't even need a preacher to lay hands on you, anything like that. It just needs for you to stop indulging in toxins, change your lifestyle, and present yourself back to nature with open arm, and nature will heal you. Nature is the air we breathe, the water that rains down on us, the sunlight that beams on us. Also, nature provides us with the foods that we need. And we ground ourselves out there by stepping out there on the ground barefoot. So it's a lot of things that we have deviated from, because if you notice, most of us don't go out into the sun. Most of us don't like drinking clean water. We don't like to eat the fruits from nature and the vegetables. We don't like to get fresh air. We lock ourselves in homes with the windows closed, the blinds shut down. I'm just in here now. Believe me, I have my windows open and I'll be outside often. But to keep the noise out where you can hear me, we had to come and suffocate ourselves a little bit. But we don't spray anything in the house. We don't use chemical concoctions. We don't burn candles, incense. We don't burn incense. We don't use fabulosos and Febrezes, Airwicks. We don't use the colognes and deodorants and the shampoos and all the different things with all these fragrances. So we're not suffocating ourselves. We make sure that we get quality air. But a lot of us don't like that. So we are actually violating the laws of nature. And then when we get sick, we speedily run to the medical man and start asking for his drugs. Man, you got something to stop me from hurting? Man, my head is just pounding. I need something to stop the pain. Well, let's look at your lifestyle habits. That's what I tell them when they come to me. But the doctor, he don't, what do you need to know that for? He got something that would definitely stop your head from hurting. Now, there's a way to stop your head from ever hurting again, because, like you go to the medical doctor and you complain of gallbladder pain and different things like that, tonsil swelling and stuff, he'll conveniently take them out. He'll just take out the tonsil. You don't need that, and throw it in the trash. And he'll take out your gallbladder. You don't need that. He'll throw it in the trash. He chop off women's breasts. He take out their ovaries. He just take out stuff. You don't need that stuff, he says. I wonder why God gave it to us if we don't need it. Why would he put this stuff in our body if it's not necessary, or it has no, benefit for us, or we really don't really need it? God don't know what he's doing. But anyhow, I guess if your head start hurting, the best way to never have a headache again is to, take out the brain and, chop the head off or something. Do you need it? I guess you will need it. But they sound like shade tree mechanics to me. They don't know how to really find out what's causing your problem and teach you how to reverse it without the use of medicines and herbs and remedies and the end of a scalpel or knife to cut on you. and have to sew you all back up. But that's let you know that they know that your body heals itself. Every medical doctor, he must admit that the body heals itself. Otherwise, he would never cut on you, because he know good and well he can't heal that wound that he puncture in your belly, he puncture in your leg, or wherever he puncture you at with the knife. He don't put that back together. He got to just sew it. He just bringing the skin closer to each other where it don't take that long to knit itself back together or mend itself back together. But he'll tell you that he have to wait on the body to do the job. If you broke a bone, yeah, he can sit there and set the bone, but he can't mend them bones back together. He has to wait on what? The body to heal itself. So the body, if the body can mend bones, if the body can, you know, get skin back together and heal it and all type of stuff, well, why can't it do it elsewhere in the body? All outside the body has this miraculous ability to heal itself. Well, why internally it can't heal itself? All cells and tissues have this instinct, natural instinct of self-healing and self-repair, this innate wisdom to defend itself and to protect itself and to build itself and to renew itself. And, everything is doing on itself. That's an innate wisdom instilled in that cell to preserve and survive. It's the law of self-preservation. All cells are endowed with a wisdom and energy, vitality, to defend and heal itself and to repair itself from all damage. So we even know that lungs heal themselves. People, smoke for a long period of time, and if they stop smoking, the doctor even tell them, within a year's time, your lungs will heal back. It'll regain back strength. All that tar be done came out of your lungs, and your lung lining to be done heal up. Well, why can't the kidneys do the same thing? Well, why can't the heart do the same thing? Why can't the brain do the same thing? What about the other organs and tissues in the body? What's so special about just the lungs? What's so special just about the hand? What about the skin just healing it? What's so special about those organs, and the other organs of the body have no power to heal themselves? Well, in physiology, we know different. In true physiology, true teachings of health, not just the so-called medical science, medical theories and guesses and what they feel and believe the body is doing, but sound physiology, sound biology, and sound anatomy, you know, they go by a different name than that though. But those things really show us the capabilities of all cells and tissues in the body and how they have this ability to, repair themselves. If we look at the body itself, it's what? It's got trillions and trillions of cells in it. Now, they say that the cells are the minute part of the body, the organism. And those trillion cells come together and create an organism. There are a community of cells. They all come together and set up a colony. So they're a colony of cells. They got, somebody come and stay here, somebody come and stay there, somebody come and stay there. But they all come together as a community for a common cause. And that's for you to have this big body moving around and doing things. So all the cells in the body, you got the lung cells, the kidney cells, the brain cells, the heart cells, and all the other cells and tissues throughout the body. The pancreatic cell, the uterus cells, the vein cells, the blood cells, the lymphatic cell, all tissues and cells. They all are here for a common cause. Now, one can't do the job of the other, so they differentiate their job abilities. One go and do only, lung work. One go and do only, kidney work. But they all come together. All they work together give us this thing called an organism, a body, what I'm saying, where we can get around and see and smell and talk and, communicate and live, in other words. But all those cells must work synergistically together. They must work in balance. One can't do more than the other. One can't think it's more special than the other, because without one, the others will die. And without the others, the one will die. So they almost work in balance together. It's like a melodrama. It's like a symphony, an orchestra, all of them playing at the same beat of the drum, you know. They got to play like that if you are to have the, you know, make the best sound, have the best music playing. This is how the human body works. If you want to have vitality and health, all cells and tissues must be operating at their optimum state. Now, how can they do such a thing if you're not feeding them properly? You're not giving them fresh air. You're not exercising and giving them movement. You're not giving them rest and laying down and going to sleep where they can rejuvenate and rebuild their energy supply. You know, if you're not, getting adequate sunlight and stuff like that, maintaining normal temperature, you're creating huge amounts of stress from negative thoughts and bad awareness and anger and worry and fear and different things like that. No emotional poise. All those things tear the body down. So one thing about detoxification is your body is always detoxifying. It's always at a state of detoxification. That's what metabolism is. People are trying to sell us remedies. They're trying to, sell us cures and all this type of stuff, talking about you need this to detox your liver. You need this to detox your brain. You need this to detox your digestive tract. You need this to detox your kidney. You need this to detox your blood. You need this to detox, 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 detox. That's all you hear is we got something to help you detox this. We got something to help you detox that. None of that stuff is real. Your body detoxes itself. It don't need no help. Detox is an ongoing process of metabolism. Your body is always constantly tearing down and getting rid of old material and building up new material when new material is provided for the body to use. If you got a house that is self-maintaining, it can maintain itself provided you bring the right materials there. It'll get rid of the materials that don't need to be there, and then you take it away. Well, elimination takes stuff away. Digestion brings things in. So when you bring in the right materials in the body through a process of digestion, then you're supplying the body with proper nutrition. When your body is removing waste out, eliminating waste, you're breathing out carbon dioxide, you're urinating out uric crystals and sugar crystals, salt crystals, and other type of crystals, and you're getting rid of solid material via your colon. That's true elimination. And we're going to talk more about this in just a minute. When we come back, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to get right back to your detoxification. See you in a second. All right. I thank you for sticking with us. I know I've been riding in that last segment and I haven't read what I wanted to read to you. Then we're going to go back into detoxification and retoxification. All right. So bear with me for just 1 second. I want to read something from one of the old hygienists, which was which was Frank Ross. He stated this back in 1983. The real problem in understanding natural hygiene is that it runs counter to popular health customs and beliefs. But it doesn't represent the only safe way of breaking life. It does represent the only safe way of breaking lifetime habits that lead to innervation and disease. Now let's break that down. He said the real problem with understanding natural hygiene. Now, natural hygiene is the science that we teach about fresh air, sunlight, and all this type of stuff like that. That's natural hygiene, not artificial hygiene. Natural hygiene. Our body naturally needs fresh air. It needs sunlight. It needs clean water. It needs ideal foods such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. It needs rest. It needs regular movement. It needs emotional poise. It needs normal temperatures. It also needs quiet time. You know what I mean? It needs nurturing relationship. All right. So it needs cleanliness. It need to be clean. It don't need to be in a bunch of filth. So a lot of us don't see disease as your cure. We don't see disease as a cure. Matter of fact, we want to fight disease. So when we talk about natural hygiene and that there's only one disease according to natural hygiene, which is toxemia, that doesn't go well with the accustomed belief systems. The medical people teach that there's hundreds and hundreds of different diseases caused by different parasites and all type of stuff like that. And here it is, we saying that all diseases due to poisoning. Poisoning is the only cause of all disease. That's what natural hygiene teach. So when to understand natural hygiene, it's going to go up against everything that the modern modality, medical mentality, and all the other so-called healing modalities is going to go up against their belief system, because they're looking to fight something. They're looking for some other outside cause that's causing you to get sick. They don't look at you and your own responsibility of producing your own sickness. They don't look at I actually had a couple, a young lady that I was talking to early this morning. She showed me some pictures of her son with all this, skin eruptions all over his skin. And I started explaining to her what could possibly be the cause of it, according to natural hygiene. And it made plenty of sense. I've seen it happen so many times, so I pretty much know what was going on. But it was poison being eliminated out through the child's skin. The accumulated toxins in that child's body reached a threshold that it no longer tolerated that amount of poison. So to get that down up under the threshold, it had to form a route in which to free the waste from the body, from the blood. So it used the skin to erupt toxins out. So you started having rashes, and you started having this eczema and all type of other stuff where stuff was oozing out of the body. Now that was a means for the body to free itself of waste. But now when she went to the medical man just told her that it was eczema and a bunch of big bugs bite or bug bites. You know what I mean? They're gonna blame something on everything except for the cause. Oh, keep on. Matter of fact, when they leave, they give them a candy. It's no better way than to keep you some clients coming in. Poison them and tell them that they have no power over their condition. You have to take our drugs, and you'll keep them for life. The medical man he'll keep clients for life. Us, we remove the cause. We clean up the blood. We clean up the lifestyle habit. The individual no longer suffer their problem, and neither do they ever go back into their problem. We lose clients every day. So he says, but it does represent the only safe way. Only safe way is to change your lifestyle habit. You can go for magician, magic pills, and a bunch of superstitions, voodoo, and all type of stuff, and fighting boogeymans and Loch Ness monster and all these things that don't exist. But listen to the medical man, they exist. They're out there. You can't see it unless you got a little microscope that can go, you know what I'm saying? So you can't show it to you unless they show you some little dirt hairs on a microscope that then, amplified itself. I don't know how they do that. And how can they isolate it? You got parasites everywhere in the world, right here around us, all around us. It's everywhere. You know what I mean? How can you isolate it? we're a bunch of germs. You know what I mean? We're from a geoplasm where we're considered nothing but germs. That's all we're considered. You know, if you look up biology, and this is nothing I'm making up. You can look up in the biology book, and they said that mankind is just made up a bunch of germs that have come together. That's what a cell is. It's an organized. There are organized ferments. All right, which is nothing but germs. You know, organized ferment. So that's what we are. You know, it just organized. You know what I'm saying? And then you got unorganized ferment. All right, so let's go a little further. It's the only safe way of breaking lifetime habits that lead to innovation and disease. So, what medical mentality, the drugging mentality, this equipment that we have, this technology got to get better. But we had a chance to throw another commercial in there. And I'm glad I was able to finish sharing our detox and retox. All right. So, like we were saying, you know, if you're trying to cure yourself of sickness using some type of remedy or medicine or something like that, you don't address the cause. You know, the lack of drugs ain't what's causing you to be sick. So when you bring drugs to yourself, that's how that's going to cure you. It didn't cause your sickness. How can it cure you? So it's something that's causing you to be sick. You have to remove that cause, and the body will heal itself. That's the sure, safest way of healing. You know, that's what Frank Ross was talking about back in 1983. All right, so let's go to the principles of natural hygiene. This is Dr. William Esser. The principles of natural hygiene are as old as the beginning of life. Although they may be quite new to the health seeker, natural hygiene is here to teach you the new way, the new rules, the new avenues for you to establish a new state of health for yourself, a vibrant, vigorous state of health, which you have never, ever experienced before, and for which you will ever be grateful. Now, this natural hygiene is a jewel too precious to disregard. This was in 1979, Dr. William Esser. Now, what he's saying here is the principles of natural hygiene ain't something new. It might be new to you hearing it, but it was necessary when life itself came into existence. No life could have lived without fresh air. No life could have lived without clean water. No life could have lived without ideal food substance. No life could be here without sunlight. So the things that we're teaching you that the body required was here in the beginning before mankind was even created. The world had to be created first. The air had to be created first. The sun had to been here first. The water had to been here first. The plant kingdom had to been here first, and so on. The things that we're teaching you that you must go back to was nature that was created before you were created. And once nature was created, then you were placed in nature because you came from the air, you came from the sun, you came from the water, you came from the ground. You see what I'm coming from? So you got to breathe the air, you got to get the sun, you got to drink the water, you got to eat the foods that come from the ground. That's the only way for you to keep rejuvenating yourself. Those are the materials of bodybuilding. That's the true term for bodybuilding, not building with muscle. But to even build a body, the true materials for building body, air, water, sun, and ideal food. Now, whatever quality of air you breathe in is going to determine the quality of your building. The amount of sunlight you're getting or the lack thereof will determine the quality of your building. The quality of water or the lack thereof will determine the quality of your building. The type of food you're eating. If it's healthy food, you will have a sound, vigorous building. Beautiful, gracious building. But if you're eating trash, man, you're going to have a shack where the wolf will come around and blow your house down, you know. So the ideal thing is to build a mansion and not a shack, you know. So he went on to say, you know, the new way, the new rules, the new avenues for you to establish a new state of health for yourself, a vibrant, vigorous state of health which you have never, ever experienced before. You think you feel good, but when you start being obedient to nature, man, energy will come out of you from nowhere. You'll be like, wow, I feel like a kid again. I feel like jumping and running and skipping and hopping and flipping and flopping and all kind of, you know, stuff. Once that energy level is renewed in you, you was born again, a new lease on life, you know. Oh man, you want to know what pain feel like. You want to know what symptoms and sickness and stuff like that feel like. Now that's the beauty. But it comes with you learning the principles of natural hygiene and not only learning them, but applying them to your life, you know. So I'm going to leave it at that. And we're going to go into more talking about the detox and retoxification. All right. So when you're detoxing, you might go through symptoms. You know, there's different forms of detoxing. Your body detoxes itself. You know, if you're eating a really toxic food, living a real toxic lifestyle, drinking a bunch of poisonous drinks, then you are poisoning yourself at a very, very rapid rate. And when you don't have enough energy in your body because your energy has been, you know, squandered away on your lifestyle, you use up all your energy in working, you use up all your energy in having sex, you use up all your energy in worrying, you use up all your energy in being fearful, you use up all your energy in playing, working out in the gym. Any excess use of energy, excessive use of energy, will deplete your energy supply, especially if you're not getting any sleep at night. If you're waking up every hour on hour, every 2 hours, and having to go use the bathroom or just up and just can't sleep looking crazy, then you're not getting sound sleep and you're not rejuvenating yourself. You're not getting any repose. So you're not allowing your battery to charge up. And you're steady the next day using up your battery power, your functioning power, your vitality. You're using it up on your lifestyle, running here, running there, running everywhere, doing this, doing that, doing everything, you know. So your energy level is being squandered away day by day, and you're not replenishing it. So eventually, you go tapping into your backup battery, which is supposed to carry you into a ripe old age, but you're squandering away your energy. And then you're going to end up in fatigue. You're being chronic fatigue. All right. When chronic fatigue sets in, then you're going to have to lower your activities. Then you see people not moving so fast. They're getting old. They start slowing down. They can't run and hop and jump around and play like the little children anymore because their energy levels don't allow them to do so. Their energy levels is only enough to deal with some of the other stuff that they have to do. They have to conserve their energy now, which they should have been doing a long time ago. But now it's conserved only for their habits now. They can't do the other stuff anymore. I can't do that no more. No, I can't go running no more. I can't go and do that no more. I can't even have sex so much no more. I can't even work like I used to because your energy levels are low. And then the body start cutting off things that are not important, that it's not vital. It's not vital that you have sex. It's more vital that your heart beat. It's more vital that your brain think and the vital organs work. It's not necessary that women, they end up not having secretion. So in other words, they don't get wet anymore, and so it didn't hurt them when they're having sex. Men, they don't get an erection properly anymore. The body don't need to waste blood and time and energy for something that's just gonna wear you out. Because most time after you have an orgasm, you want to go to sleep because it doesn't drain your energy supply. So the body is gonna cut that off, man. We're not about to waste no energy with that. Now, I have a lot of people come talking about, man, how can I get that back running? Well, first of all, you got to get the body back running. You get the functioning power of the body back up and running. You see children, you know, man, I know when we were going through teenagers years, man, hey, just see a girl walk down the street and we, be up there, but when you get older and you done wasted away your energy, you barely get the thing out, you know. So it's all about energy. I hope these ain't hard topics for you to hear, but it's necessary. It's health, I have so many people come to me with these problems, so why not talk about it? If we can get it, if that's a disease plaguing us, why not get this thing taken care of? Shoot, they right here doping people up with all type of shots and all type of stuff. That CVS got it where they giving out free drugs now, for certain sicknesses and stuff like that. They're giving out free drugs, you know, uh, free drugs. That's crazy, Yeah, and it makes me wonder too, why they not giving free drugs for like chemotherapy, diabetes, heart problems. Those drugs cost a lot. You know, some of them drugs be costing like hundreds and thousands of dollars, in treatments and stuff like that. Why they not giving them out free? If what they're giving out free, if it's so-called something bad, that we need to have, and we need to have it so bad that they're giving it free, why they let thousands and thousands, if not millions of people die from cancer every year if they got the treatment and the cure for it? They chemos and different stuff like that. It makes no sense. That's in the words of your president. It's retarded and it makes no sense. That's the way he said it. I'm just repeating his word. But this is ignorant and it makes no sense, But you have to change your belief pattern. You have to change your conscious awareness to where you can see the truth in these fallacies, fighting disease when your disease is your cure, but that's what we've been taught. So, a health teacher, a natural hygienist, most of the time we spend teaching people the fallacies in the modern belief system that's causing all the death. If the medical mindset or the curing mindset from the I ain't just talking about medical doctors here. You also got these remedies doctors, these herb men, these holistic doctors that still curing people, or so-called trying to cure people, saying that they're curing people. You can't cure nobody. I can't cure nobody, but I can teach a person how to live where their body will cure itself. I have no power to heal you. All my power is healing myself. The only power I got is the power of teaching you how to live right. How to live in such a way where your body will heal itself. Hey, if you notice, even Jesus in the Bible, how he saved people was telling people, hey, follow what I do, follow me. He'll have them hang out with them. They would be fasting. If you notice, every time you read in the Bible, while he was teaching the people, they were always fasting, and he had to break the fast after 3 days. He don't want to send them off for after fasting for 3 days. He'll go and find them some bread or something and break the fast of thousands of people. He would be fasting thousands of people at a time. That's what the Bible says. You might not believe me, but if you go read the Bible, you might believe it. you know. But it shows that he was fasting people for 3 and 7 days and stuff like that, and he would have them walking around, going to pick fruits and gather berries and corn and different vegetables and stuff like that. Well, you just got to pay attention to it. You may just ain't been aware of that part. But when you read it now, you'll be aware of that. So go in there with a mindset to see, what did the guy actually do? How did he live? That's what they call Christology. What I'm saying? You actually study the life of the guy. You know what I mean? Not all that hooping and hollering dogmatic teaching. You know, really follow the lifestyle. What did he do? And you replicate that. But, a lot of people got healed, by just changing their lifestyle. Had to put away your sin. Ask for forgiveness for your sin. So what is the sin? The sin is ignorance and your bad habits. You got to put them bad habits away. You're sinning to your body when you eat the bad food. You're sinning to your body when you drink the bad drink. You're sinning to your body when you put poison in the body to poison the body in any form, fashion, or shape. I maybe said that in the wrong way, but you still get the logistics of what I'm talking about. All right. So the retoxification. If you steady bringing stuff in, you retoxing yourself. And if you retoxing yourself faster than you can detox, you're not doing anything. you know, you're going to stay sick. You wonder why you can't get rid of your sickness, because you're not doing anything about the retoxification. Yeah, you're going to the doctor and taking drugs, and you taking treatments and all type of other manner of medication and herbation. Herbation. I might have to coin that word. All this herb going on. Everybody want to be in this natural thing and taking natural drugs, but they don't want to change their lifestyle. What could I take to get rid of my diabetes, doc? Well, you could take some fresh fruits. You could take you some fresh air. You could take you some clean drinking water and take you a rest. Go take you a nap. That's what you need to take. They don't want to hear that. You mean to tell me I can't eat no more chicken? You mean to tell me I can't eat no more pizza? You mean to tell me I can't have my favorite honey bun? I can't have coffee in the morning, doc? No, you can't have that stuff if you want to, be healthy. No, that's the cause of your stuff. You mean to tell me I can't stab myself in the throat no more if I want to breathe? No, you can't stab yourself in the throat no more. If I want my feet to stop hurting, I got to stop stepping on the nail, doc. Yeah, well, you got to stop stepping on the nail. You can't continuously step on the nail thinking that your feet going to stop from hurting. So you mean to tell me, doc, I got to take my hand off the fire if I want it to stop burning? Well, yeah. You got to take your hand off the fire if you want it to stop burning, people. You can't expect for your hand to stop burning while you still got it on the fire. You mean if I put some salve on it and still keep it on the fire, it won't correct my burning hand? No, it ain't gonna help your burning hand. So you mean to tell me if I take some pain pills where I don't feel my hand burning and it's still on the fire, will it help? No, that's not gonna help. You just ain't gonna feel it, but it's gonna be burning still. You're just not gonna end up with a hand laid on. So this is the same concept that's going on when we go and take these remedies and not remove cause. Cause have to be removed. And if you notice, I keep saying remedies. I ain't talking about just medical pills and potions and stuff like that, but even this herb man stuff. All this sage and all this sea moss and all this other stuff that's out in the mainstream that people are making huge amounts of money off, and nobody is getting healthy. People swear they're getting healthy and swear they're losing weight. All they're doing is suppressing the symptoms. The symptoms coming back. And when they come back, they're going to come back full effect. And all them remedies going to wear off anyhow. The body is no longer going to respond to these things when you use them for a long, extended period of time and don't change your lifestyle habits. Now, had the people at least change their lifestyle habits, they could stop using this suppressive means. But who is teaching them to stop their bad habits? No. You want to feel better? Take this drug. You want to feel better? Here go this remedy. Get this herb. Do this. Do that. But they won't tell the people, hey, stop the bad eating, stop the bad drinking, go to sleep, stop the worrying, stop the fear, get from around them toxic people and get around some good, healthy, vibrant people. You know, get some exercise in your life. Go out into the sun and let the sun beat on your skin early in the morning and late in the evening. They're not teaching them the ways of health. Remember, I told you we're teachers of natural hygiene. I think we got one more quick little commercial to do, and then we're going to come right back in and cap this thing off for you. So if the producers are listening, go ahead and take us to another commercial, and we'll come right back. If they're listening. Excellent. That was a quick commercial. All right. Nonetheless. Thank you for coming back in with us to finish this show off. This is your host, Dr. Ferrante Frazier, and this is our show, Natural as Elf, and we're on the Our Black Media platform. You can go to YouTube and look up Our Black Media. You can go to Facebook and friend them on Facebook, and you can get alerted when we got a show coming up. You don't have to sit there and be looking, hey, when this next show is. If you follow Our Black Media, you can look at all the shows that they have available, and everything is, relevant to, our community, relative to health, you know what I'm saying? And kind of can get the truth here, you know what I'm saying? Look, you can get the truth, I'm telling you. Where other places, they have to listen to, the people who funding them and paying them money and stuff like that. We pretty much give it to you raw here, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have to bite our tongue and all type of stuff to bring you the truth. So with that being said, let's cap this thing up. I'm out of Savannah, Georgia, where I teach a science called natural hygiene, which is really not a science. It's just the natural way of being, our nature cure, natural hygiene. But it's our nature cure. It's just the best pristine environment that we need to be in, and the conditions that we need to place this body under. Fresh air, sunlight, rest and relaxation, normal temperature. All these things you keep hearing me talk about. That's all you need. You don't need no type of remedies and cures and different things like that. You just need obedience to your biological, laws that govern your body. There are laws that govern you. Once you learn them and you apply them to your life, man, disease is a thing of the past. Discomfort, thing of the past. Illnesses, aches and pains, and all that type of stuff. Uh, they out the door. Yeah. So I do want you to come in and check us out next week. We're gonna have great topics all week long, and all month long. I don't know why I said week, because I only come on once a week, on Tuesday. I think they do a repeat like on one day during the week. You can go to the Our Black Media and look that up and see when the repeat come on. Or you can just go to YouTube, and look at it. And they're also on Roku under Our Black Media as well. You can go up there and watch some of the shows from Our Black Media. You got to download it. You got to go there, type it in, and then download it on your Roku on your Roku page, and it'll come down, and then you can start going into Our Black Media. So make sure you download that as well, all right? And get it on there where you can be right there in the front room. I got something good to look at. Go through all the different shows that Our Black Media have. And, I want to definitely have you come and look at our shows and follow what we teach and apply it to your life. Don't just listen, but apply it to your life where you can see the benefits of eating healthy, benefits of drinks. Yeah, think about it. Let's be for real about this thing. I have to battle with a lot of people. You mean to tell me I got to eat fresh fruits and vegetables? Now, you don't think fruits and vegetables are the healthiest foods in the world? That's something we got to debate about. You know what I mean? I mean, we really got to have this debate that fruits and vegetables are the most pristine and healthiest food known to mankind. That's something we got to have a big debate about. Okay, well, how about rest and sleep? You know, that's something we got to argue about too. That sleep is beneficial for help people actually recover from disease and suffering by just going to bed and sleep. Even when people get colds and flus and stuff like that and get sick, all they want to do is lay in the bed and go to sleep. And when they wake up from sleep, they feel a whole much better. You know, let's think about it, people. Doctors even put people in comas to allow their body to heal because they know the body's going to heal faster when they are not awake and active and stuff like that. So, what's happening when we're sleeping? Our body's healing. So, the more sleep we get, the more healing takes place in our body. That's something we got to debate about. Fresh air, toxic air. That's something we got to debate about. I tell you, fresh air is ideal for your health, and you need to acquire fresh air as often as possible. No, I think toxic air is better, doc. That's something we got to debate about. Yeah, think about it. Exercise. We know exercise is beneficial for health. Nothing we have to debate about. Cleanliness. Nothing we have to debate about. Nurturing relationship. We know toxic relationships can be really detrimental to your health, cause you anger, stress, and a host of other health issues. All because to stop digestion. You can sit there and be so mad with a person that your stomach just gnawed up, and your hands just ball up, and your muscle tense up, and your heart beating fast, and catch a brain headache, and all type of stuff. So imagine when you're around healthy people, you just have a euphoric dopamine release, proper serotonin relief, and all the good hormonal releases. Makes you feel good, euphoric. You know, that's where you want to be. All right. So I'm looking forward to seeing you next week at the same time, 6 o'clock, and we're going to talk about another topic of holistic health and healing. I did wanted to get into, blood works and stuff like that because I had a young man who had stepped to me on Facebook and was asking me about my perspective on blood work. Is it necessary and things of that nature. I want to get a little more in detail with that, and I want to be able to explain it a little better. So we'll talk about it next week because I'm not going to have enough time to really get into it you know. But at the end of the day, though, real talk, you know, animals in nature don't need it. And in the beginning, we didn't need it. That's when we were living right. When we were following the our nature cure, naturally. But when we deviated from it, then yeah, we need all this superstitious hocus pocus stuff, you know. But we'll show you why that stuff is not really ideal. It's ideal for people who are living a sad lifestyle. It helps them understand stuff. But it's not necessary for those who are living, right and, eating healthy and stuff like that. That stuff is not necessary. So and none of them those treatments and stuff like that are necessary. Otherwise, God would have put that with us in the beginning. It would have been a part of our, our creation. You know, put some needles in there. You know what I'm saying? And put some machines in there to, check them jokers' blood. See what they've been eating, what they've been drinking. That's what he would have did. He didn't do that. So obviously it's not normal. It's not natural to do such a thing. And here we're talking about natural hygiene. Natural hygiene is not the hocus pocus stuff. All right. So best of health and happiness, and we'll see you next week. Make sure you bring a friend next week. And bring an enemy too. I guarantee you they'll become your friend after they heal their body. No one in their right mind, no one in their right body and health can be mad or angry, especially when you renew them to full health and vitality. So best of health from your natural hygienist, Dr. Ferrante Frazier, and I'll see you next week. I love y'all. Best of health.
Like this.